a small Oregon town, in an attic that smells like dust and stubbornness, two kids are about to accidentally save the world, and nobody, not the generals, not the spies, not a single grown-up on the entire planet, is going to see it coming. This is Marbles versus Drones. Meet Ernie Holdt, 12 years old, 8 skinny as a sentence with too many commas. Ernie can't say a single word around adults. His tongue just locks up every time. But hand him a slingshot or ask him to calculate an orbital trajectory, and something in him wakes up that feels older than the whole human species. Ernie doesn't just understand physics, he talks to it. Now meet Metra, 11 years old, wild-haired, electric, always carrying pockets full of some machine she's taking apart and putting back together better. Her father's overseas, covering wars for the news. Her nightmares are about rockets, but her dreams, her actual dreams, the ones that matter, those are about marbles. Together, in the attic of a dead woman's Gothic Victorian mansion perched above the Willamette River, Ernie and Metra have built something impossible. A marble launcher, a mass driver, a centrifuge built out of cherry wood, surgical tubing, one very stolen engine, and 12 tons of cat's eye glass marbles. And they've aimed it at the sky. Here's the wild part. The sky needed fixing, because somewhere under a mountain in Colorado, at NORAD, satellites are vanishing. Not one or two. Soviet satellites, American satellites, Chinese satellites, all of them, struck down by something nobody has a name for yet. The world's most powerful militaries are staring at their screens, watching the infrastructure of nuclear war get quietly dismantled, piece by piece, by an enemy they cannot identify, cannot locate, and absolutely cannot explain. Meanwhile, in a Portland skyscraper, a spy named Andrea Cheplenko is turning a small, burnt amber marble over in her fingers, and for the first time in her entire professional life, she feels something she has no protocol for: wonder. And in the basement of the most heavily guarded military complex on Earth, a general with silver hair and a red-carpeted office is about to hear the single strangest sentence of his entire career. The mysterious force that has single-handedly disabled the machinery of nuclear war, the thing every intelligence agency on the planet has been chasing, is marbles. Children's marbles. 240,000 of them, in orbit. Let that sink in for a second. 2 kids, an attic, a dead ant's basement, and a homemade machine built from spare parts versus the entire nuclear arsenal of planet Earth, and the marbles are winning. This book is an adventure. It's a cosmic comedy, but underneath all of it, there's something aching and beautiful going on, because this is also a story about a boy who cannot speak a single word in front of adults, finding his voice, fully, fluently, without a single stammer, from 1,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean, speaking to the entire planet at once. And it builds to a moment that is honestly one of the most stunning images I've ever written. A 9-foot-tall angel, translucent blue, built out of stained glass and starlight, descending onto a Victorian porch in November, Oregon. And it looks at the guns, the generals, the entire speechless grown-up world, and it says, "These children have saved you from yourselves." Because here's the real heart of Marbles versus Drones. Love, expressed in glass spheres and impossible engineering, in a stolen engine and a dead ant's basement, in the specific, magnificent stubbornness of 2 children who looked at nuclear war and thought, with the clear moral logic kids have before the world teaches them to complicate everything, that they could fix it. And they did. When the smallest things travel far enough, they can change everything. When the smallest things hit the largest targets. When marbles, actual, literal marbles, win. Marbles versus Drones is the story the universe has been trying to tell since the very first child picked up the very first stone and threw it at the sky, just to see how far it would go. If you love stories that are strange and tender and impossibly hopeful, stories about kids who see the world more clearly than the adults running it, this book was written for you. A further synopsis: 2 kids, 1 stolen engine. 12 tons of marbles. World War III canceled. What if the thing that saved the world wasn't a weapon? What if it was 2 kids, a stuttering 12-year-old boy with a slingshot, and a girl in overalls with a pencil behind her ear, and 12 tons of glass marbles launched into orbit? Welcome to Marbles vs. Drones by Scott Evans Douglas. Ernie Holdt is 12, brain that never stops, tongue that freezes around every adult except his best friend Metra, whose wild blonde hair and overstuffed overalls conceal the most important dreaming mind in Oregon. Metra dreams about a candy cane rocket threatening to destroy the world. Ernie turns that dream into a plan. Launch their marble collection into orbit. Create a planetary shield. 12 tons of glass traveling at 18,000 miles per hour, forming a minefield that no nuclear missile can survive. Simple, elegant, made of sand. The reason? To bring Metra's father home from the wars, to stop her nightmares, to give children back a world adults have spent decades threatening to destroy. Love, expressed in glass spheres and impossible engineering. Getting 12 tons of marbles into orbit requires one stolen rotary engine, liberated from Metra's brother Ned's 1969 Mustang. Ned is 17, thick as a wall, built to keep out intelligence, and the universe's gift to anyone who needs a test of character. Ernie steals the engine in a black ninja costume. At night, while Ned wanders in the opposite direction carrying a gas can labeled gas, they pass each other in the dark without recognition. The universe finds this extremely funny. Deep inside Cheyenne Mountain, NORAD is losing satellites. American, Soviet, Chinese, all of them. General Boson stares at his mapping board. The crisis is coming from a third party. Someone in Salem, Oregon. On his desk, burnt marbles, fused by re-entry heat. Nobody has said the word marbles yet. The universe is saving that moment for the look on General Boson's face. On the porch of Ratcliffe Manor, the angel arrives. 9 feet tall, translucent, blue as deep water, wings assembled from stained glass and aurora light. 2 inches. World War III has been canceled, due to marbles, due to children, due to love. A soldier fires at Metra. The angel steps between them like light through glass. Government drones sweep in, targeting the mass driver. It fires back. Marble after marble, shredding drone after drone from the Oregon sky. Ratcliffe Manor catches fire. The mass driver fires one final time and goes quiet. Every drone destroyed, every warhead gone. The angel lifts Ernie and Metra from the burning porch, one in each arm, and carries them into light. They rose, and they were gone. Children appear across the world carrying impossible watches for world leaders. None ever stopped wearing them. The watches kept perfect time long after any mechanical explanation expired. The definition of a miracle, something that keeps working after it should have stopped. Then the beaches fill. Millions of children walking quietly toward the sea, calm, certain, unstoppable. Above the water, Ernie speaks, his stutter finally gone, to every screen on Earth. We will return in 2041. We will teach you how to live in your second Eden. The wave rose. The children walked forward. The beaches went quiet. Sand becomes glass, becomes sphere, becomes shield, becomes savior. Marbles versus drones. Children versus chaos. Love versus entropy. And love, always, impossibly, against every precedent in human history, wins, which is not sentimentality, which is physics. Get it now on Amazon, ebook and paperback. The sequel, Adam versus the Game Master, is already waiting. Grab marbles versus drones. Links in my bio.